Everybody's mic's on?
Yep.
Okay. You're live then.
Okay. Okay. Annual Budget Committee back from recess. September 1, about 10:20 in the morning. Okay. Couple of things. Cheryl, you said when the state projections are sometime next week or something
For lit.
for lit. Oh, September 15th. Okay. All right. September 15th. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. The okay. The you want to take up health department where we left off, or do you want to take up the personnel?
Which is handy for you, Calissa.
Well, I can do either, but I kind of, which should now, finally came up. Go through, see if I can get this to a level you can read. With the amounts that were published and the changes in the levies, there's been some changes, and then also, there you go. So the levies have been adjusted for advertising purposes, and then there's also been some addition of revenue to allow for if you were to reimburse the general fund from public safety lit for some correctional officers. And there was a change in the operating balance. They went to 16.5 for the general fund, health department, and it was 13 something, I believe. Health department went up to 1.2, and parks went to 900,000 for the operating balances. But so that when you look at that now, in order to get within your working max levy, you have to make some sort of adjustment of almost 2.7 million. To be within your levy, so. So that would give you the ability to set your operating balances where you want them and your levies.
And this is with 3% pay increase?
No, that's with the projected 5.
Okay.
That's, yeah, those haven't been changed. That
Okay.
was as it's published.
All right. Excellent. Okay.
So anyway, I just kind of wanted to catch you up on that with the changes that have been made. So if you want to go back to health. It's in blue.
Calissa, did you say you were going to get be the rain melt.
Yeah, I have some in them.
Okay, thanks.
They are hard to,
I think if I put any more in, it's just gonna
yeah.
shoot all
I'll
over.
need you to leave your book or something, or I can change those over
Oh,
for you.
I can change it.
Oh,
We've got enough to do.
So you've got
so if you look at,
Brad, vector control, chemical supplies are up.
yes,
That was all in their explanation that we had.
it went up by 10,000. Vector control supplies, vehicle repair went up 10,000. Registration fee, I'm sorry, went up 1,700, went to 10,000. Registration fees went up $500, and vehicles went up somewhere around 44,000, 43,500, something like that, or 44,500. And the health department does have a property tax levy, so that does factor into that.
Well, this doesn't necessarily address need, but we had been running along with vehicles that, and last year we about doubled that, more than doubled it, didn't we?
We did never find out if those vehicles were vector
No,
control, did we?
no.
No, I don't.
Allow them to, I mean, the request is in the file there, what they wanted to buy. They just want to replace some older vehicles. But like I say, we did double it last year. This is not quite double this year.
Budget.
They have a request for 2 crew cab pickup trucks.
Yeah, so they're 23 years old and 150,000 miles, and then the sport utility. It's in the vector control.
Well, they have
Descript.
it there listed under vector control, but it's a multi-passenger
Chemicals.
vehicle, so
Yeah,
which
Two
takes,
guys, yeah.
but they're not using that for spraying or anything,
Mm-mm.
not with being a sport utility.
Well, that would. Well, if you didn't allow any vehicles, that'd be $100,000 towards balancing the budget.
And then, let's see. Didn't we bought trucks last year for vector? Didn't
Got
we?
a truck and one truck, one S.
Yeah, that's why I say they came in with a good quote on vehicles and got a couple of vehicles, but we went from 24 and 19 to 56 and 20.
And if I remember correctly, last year they requested 2 SUVs and 1 truck. Gave one truck.
Truck and one SUV.
Well, you approved an appropriation for 1 truck and 1 SUV.
You wanna bounce that out for now, and then, you know, if they get desperate, they can just come back.
For the 100,000. It's okay with me,
What are you wanting to do?
Bounce out the 100.
but nothing in
zero it out?
zero.
Yeah.
vehicles to 0. So far.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm all right with the increase of repair, vehicle repair and the registration fees. I'm all right with those.
I'm okay on that.
Okay.
Now, what's up for 460 vehicles?
That's,
One new half-ton pickup.
what do you, that was 2, but they went 2. That's what you just zeroed out. And that was for last year, is what you're reading.
All right.
And vector control supplies, are you okay with the increase of 10,000 for that?
Yep. Yeah, I am. I don't know any insecticide that I've used this spring that hasn't gone up.
Right, so the only change we have is the vehicle, in the 2s, 3s, and 4s is the vehicle zeroing.
Yep.
Are you guys on board with that?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant them.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
All right. What's it? Okay. What's our next group?
Well, I don't know if you want to figure out what you want to do with supplemental adult and drug court. Health maintenance, health donation, health immunization, health trust.
Those health trusts, it's all payroll, right?
Mm-hmm. Looks like it.
Well,
No, they have a little bit, health trust has a little bit in
for contractual.
contractual and professional services.
All right, so they've been spent what they spend in 19.
18,853. It looks like they encumbered, I'm assuming 11,147, which would have been the balance of their.
Right. So, but the income is 65,287.
That's the requested budget. So the only thing we had left on there was payroll. You already approved the 25,006. Oh, sorry, wait a minute. Let me get to the right column. I'm sorry. You've not approved anything yet.
No,
But it's,
it's
let's look at the. They are shy 2778, 2,778 of being able to fund the budget and project the budget.
okay. So why don't we just contractual services, because they haven't been using that much and they encumbered it from last year. for $3,000.
Yeah, 3,000.
That balance it out pretty well.
It should. Health Trust 9101.
Okay,
So 22,000.
22,000 from 25,000. Okay.
$16,500 for professional services. Leave that the same as requested.
Okay, now hold it here a minute.
Now, what did they only spent? Did they?
In 19, they had a $12,000 budget, and they spent 11,409. In 20, they had a 16,500.
Yeah.
They spent
17, yeah.
well, they've spent 5,005, but it looks like they've increased it by 510. Must be through encumbrances from 19.
Adopted at 16.5 last year. Barely.
Health immunization fund. Contractual services to 22,000. 22,000. Yes.
Yes. Health immunization. That's it.
I went back to it.
Okay. All right. And you just pay them what grants for, right?
The grant is 75,407, and the person was approved at a rate. It looks like 32,997.
And that's specified by the grant, right? Is that what I heard? Okay.
Do you have the grant with?
Health
Do you
immunization,
have the grant with the health immunization?
education, practical, advertising, travel. Okay. So we're not over the amount grant
We are right now. It's
by $1,000
basically
because
because of the increase to what they put in, the 5% for payroll.
this person's not gonna get a 5% increase. Is that what I heard, or am I incorrect in that?
No, that's correct, because the grant set to pay at. Now, keep in mind, they also wanted this person switched to the general health.
Okay, we're not doing that.
Okay.
So,
They live and die by grant rules.
you're right. So they just have a, so what we're saying is this person not eligible for 5% increase?
Well, the
they-
way it's been done was that whatever they had this salary put in on the grant, that was the pay amount.
So they didn't get, so this person didn't get a pay increase yet last year. Okay, well, that makes sense. that's adjusted, then the grant pays for itself with the amount they put in there, right?
Yeah, they get what the grant says. We have no control over that.
Right. So
I mean, that's.
then they
the
just
luck of
take and put the
draw.
rest of the expenses in there, and they spend some of them, use it for the different parts of it, et cetera.
Mhm.
We don't have to reduce anything to do that. Payroll will be reduced, and that'll make it match up. Okay. Okay.
So you want payroll at 2020 levels,
Yep.
as long as it matches up? See if that gets them. You actually have $67.
So what was that? $1,700? Okay. All right.
Let me look at something real quick. Put it 2 lines to make it the 75,407. Oh, so it was. Oh, well, then let's bump that to what the grant says. I was just going by what was adopted last year. It was probably to get to the. $64.
Let's see. $64 in nursing supplies. Hang out of it in.
Well, they've not expended anything in 2020. Like,
Oh, let's make it $1,064. Nursing supplies. Grant link.
$75,407.
That get it? Okay. Okay. All right. We made the payroll 33,000, which is what the grant specifies, and that left $64 in the grant. So we put $64 in nursing supplies, made it $20.64.
I'm okay with that. But it doesn't come up to 75,400.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the way she requested it, wrote the grant. Excellent. Okay. Okay, excellent. Okay.
So the 75,407 is not the grant amount?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
so make that,
Okay. So I wondered if that's where.
there and they get to 75,407.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Explains that.
All right. All right. Now we're going to health donation. Where we at? Health maintenance.
Health donation. That comes out, but it's a balance of what you have to pull from health maintenance. And health maintenance is $3,222 short.
Makes sense. No. The department.
Granting authority.
Oh, yeah. Right. Right. Mm-mm. No, not really. Right. No.
Doesn't work well with the different fiscal
No.
year.
So just when they come in and they are granted on July or June. Okay. So,
So when's this change gonna take place? No, I meant that,
2021.
and that's gonna be your policy? The auditor's office policy? Well, I
Okay.
know, but they tried that before. Hell,
So it-
I didn't remember when we.
So who's gonna notify the departments? Jim? Okay, great.
Okay.
There was a resolution that was up for passage, and it would involve grant funds requiring them to come, get approval for positions before they filed the grant, do all that, and it didn't
Oh,
work
that
out so
would've
well.
been
It didn't work out at all. There's-
Okay. So we're talking,
Well, I mean, so you're saying we don't even need to approve this one? No, it's been in there way, a long time. Well, there's a salary in here. It's all salary.
It needs to be, money needs to be someplace.
they got the money. They're just saying it's a separate entity on the page that
Yeah.
we don't set anything else. Doesn't affect us till it's just like they wanna do, they wanna move somebody out of the grant into a,
Okay, yeah, and general fund. Requested, that's. Whole new deal, yeah. Okay.
so, at this point in time, and we don't worry about $60. Okay. Okay. Okay,
No, we don't have to worry about balancing it or anything.
All
Well,
right.
but what about the fact that they requested 82,000? They requested different numbers. I don't know how they came up with those, and I don't know what their grant is. What was their granting agency?
Yeah.
No, I'm on health donation now. Yeah, we were done with health.
Health donation, yeah. it would seem to me that health donation was whatever specified for was pretty broad ranging, but looks like they just put payroll for a position in there. So I kind of doubt that. Maybe. I mean,
Health donation is the balance of what you do for health maintenance.
Yeah.
So that's probably the one where you've had a grant that's went over, so pay the rest of it out, fund the rest of it out. And that's been that way for,
it's been that way for a long time. That's what I
Yes.
say. I was trying to figure out how to back out of this at this point in time.
well, but you have, there's 82,000 in there for payroll, so the perf should be 11,644. So if we take the 3,500 minus 3,500, that makes this over here 8,144. Don't have any group insurance. So when they requested 82,000, is that for the grant, or is that some other number? Yes,
Yeah, I'm looking at health maintenance and then jumping back between health maintenance and health
because it just
donation.
says 82,000. I don't know what the breakdown. Or what positions are in there. Yeah. Part of it.
Well, it would seem that this grant doesn't specify any amount, number of people, or anything else. It would seem to me that this grant's probably pretty broad range to as far as what the specified what it's used for.
Well, their revenue is 72 a year, 72,
Right.
672, and they have payroll at 80-ish. They requested 82. The 5% gets you to 83,570. And last year the total budget was 79,587, which was over.
And I'm guessing that these people that are in here that are classified under our normal
Yes.
classifications and therefore should be subject to our normal pay increases and et cetera, not specified by the grant, whether they paid $10 or $25 annually. Okay, well this one we've run into before.
This is the one, I mean, you can't fund it as it is, so you're going to shift. But your health donation fund can only pick up $425.
Mm. And this is all due to, we had it funded except for a pay increase, and so what we're saying.
Yeah. Yes.
And this is, both these are all payroll, right? There's no,
Correct.
there is no contractual or anything like that in here. So we got county employees. So we're going to have to fund them. Or whatever. What are we off by?
But the health maintenance is 3,222.
$1,322. They've got their own budget. So they're already over that, right? Their levy. So where can we get 322.22, 32.22?
You're gonna have to cut it out of payroll fund. But then you can't fund it with health donations, there's not enough there. At that point, then you need to figure out if you wanna fund it out of the health fund.
Well, let me ask you this. So if we pass this as such, and they run out of money, isn't that up to the auditor to figure out how to pay it?
Well, if they won't have an appropriation, no, so if they run out of money, they just have to quit paying.
Okay. And then what? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought. There was something somewhere.
So if they get a carryover, they should be able to fund it fine.
Right.
But if they don't get a carryover, then they're gonna have to quit paying somebody.
Okay. Right. Right. I'm not good. That's what I figured. Okay. Well, I'm okay with passing it the way it is. I'm not worry about the 32.22, 32.22.
Because it looks like
They
they've
figure
got
out where to
some-
get it.
They got fail-safe in it, I think.
Yep. I know you do. I know. Okay. Well, my only concern, or my major concern is we got 3 people in there and they've got and they're on our table or on our schedule and they get a pay increase, same as any other county employee would. Okay?
So what we can do with these, we go ahead and do these at this amount, and that'll cover these. And then make the other one, once we determine what the pay rate is, we'll make it work.
Yep. Okay.
So we'll hold off on that one.
But where are we at on adult probation?
You have
And
supplemental.
drug court.
Yes.
All right. You still didn't have information, so we're all right on that on drug court, right?
You still want to call me I'll go to his law office this afternoon. Right, see his car parked
Supplemental
on the
adult
lot.
probation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if you recall, this is the one that they had requested that the, two clerical positions be shifted to general fund.
What do we call it, supplemental adult probation courts?
It is part of the court.
Okay.
And you went through and zeroed that all out, so we're actually for a determination of what you're gonna do with it.
Right. Probation officers,
I think, I think we did, didn't we?
probation,
It's just if the pay works out, yeah. Cause we were about 20. $103.
okay,
I have 103.7. Oh, because we only had 103.7 is what. And we're shy 102. It was 1,216 or 1,230 that we're off. But if the revenue comes in a little bit higher, then it'll help. Which I don't know if the increase, I don't know if the revenue's changed any since they're back at work versus March through May and okay. The drug court, we're gonna wait.
You know, can you give me a figure on how far behind we are on that grant? Do we know?
Well, we can look and see if it tells when they paid. I mean, for drug court?
I think they paid 30,000 recently, but I don't know how far behind they are.
on rent,
Mm-hmm.
you're in the rent business, Judy? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you got an idea. $30,000. Nothing since when? That'd probably be helpful, but. Okay.
Okay.
So is the rent 15,003? That'd be great. Judy, can you recall, when were those two payments made? Did they make them simultaneously? Or close together, or after Keith got there? And then are all the folks who've been working there, are they still full staff? Do you know? Okay. Yeah, and Keith is there instead of her. Okay. And the Veterans Court is in there. Who else is in there with him now? Uh-huh. Veterans Court, yeah. But they're there with free rent, as you understand it. Sort of, kinda, sorta. And are they like on one floor? They're all like, don't know. Okay.
I think they free because it was gonna be paid by the grant then, so it was free. I think that was her terminology, or her and how she explained it.
Okay.
In a prior meeting on the 26th, she said everything at 2020 levels except for the rent. So we left that. We just don't know if it's sufficient.
Okay.
So we're still stuck on that one.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Alrighty. Next.
Well,
Or do you want to
I'm
wait?
struggling with positions here because here's the thing. Three probation officers, two pretrial screeners, drug court, trying to figure out where we attach our emphasis and how we're going to pay for it, which is probably an important part of it, seeing as how revenues are finite. What do you got here? What's it? No department.
Do what?
What's on the screen there?
Right here? Well, this department that's up, that's 1159 says, I don't know. No, which one? Health department.
Oh, that's hell. Okay. All right. That's something. Okay. We've been there. All right. I think at this time, I'd like to move those jailers we talked about into public safety,
Okay.
Well, you
and we have, right?
have.
We've done that.
the 27 guy.
And you guys,
We-
you have it in both places right now. That's what I thought. Okay.
Well, you're leaving the positions in the general fund, and so you have to still have to appropriate them in the general fund. You have appropriated the reimbursement in the public safety, or you've put it in there in public safety, and then you've added the revenue to the general fund.
Have we added the revenue to the general fund?
Yes.
So that brought this, so I can't subtract from 2.7 million again.
No.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, right. Okay. %2 would be what, maybe 400,000 maybe? Well, you got a lot of other stuff in there. You got perf in it. I mean, yeah. All extra employees are still in here.
Yes. That's should be somewhere around 2.2 million.
And not in 30 years, they haven't had a raise.
The part-time.
How many trial deputy coroner or prosecutors are there? There are 4 deputy coroners. Eight. Thank you.
Would it be easier to ask what attorneys in town were not deputy prosecutors or public defenders?
I decided to find them.
Okay. Here's my list. Here it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I didn't think that's what the county general. So you're giving me figures for requests that are in the right now.
But it's not,
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. Gotcha. Okay. That's what I was. Okay. Okay. But that's per department. That's not across the whole budget. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. Good. You haven't.
what did you say it was? Is it just the increase? Say,
Okay.
FICA for, well,
Almost two.
Okay. How much part-time do you think we've had for 2019 or maybe 6 months of 2020?
For every department.
Yeah.
Estimate.
Well, yeah, I guess what we used in 2019 and what we might have used in 2020, yeah. All right. Enough.